Welcome back, young and old, and I apologize in the last couple of videos if the camera lens was dirty because I just started filming this one and I looked at the lens and it was disgusting and it looked really bad, and I don't know if it was like that for my other videos, but I just cleaned it off. It looks much better now. Doesn't mean the video is going to be any better, but hey, whatever, man. Today we are looking at the album 10 Stories by Mewithoutyou, and here is the album cover. And the album cover for this is very rich. It's very detailed. It's actually very significant to the lyrical content of the album. It's just, in general, it's just an amazing album cover. Anyway, probably one of my favorite covers, and I just love Mewithoutou's album artwork so much. But this is one of my favorites of theirs, so here you go for a couple seconds. I don't know how to make it like appear with the video editing software. I use the free Windows software. You can't like have an image linger on screen while you're talking, which is weird. But here's the album cover. 10 Stories is Mewithoutou's first album in the 2010s, I believe. They did multiple albums in the 2000s where they originated. They came, I think their first album was either 2000, I think it was 2002 was their first album, the A to B Life. And then they went to this. I mean, then they did like Brother Sister. I mean, Catch for Us the Foxes, and then Brother Sister, which everyone said was their masterpiece. And eventually they got here. And this album is on Metacritic, their most critically acclaimed album, because they only have 3 albums that were reviewed on Metacritic that got enough reviews because these guys are so under the radar. Like, there's a lot of other really obscure bands who have their entire discographies or most of their discographies on Metacritic, but these guys are so obscure, they only have 3 of their albums. And it's this one, Pale Horses, and Untitled. But this is the highest rated of the bunch, and I think it's the weakest of their output in the 2010s, but let me try to explain why. For one, for me, the songs don't pack nearly as much as an emotional punch as their other 2 albums. I think that Pale Horses and Untitled are just these emotional, insane, and extremely memorable albums. And with this, once I listen to it, I forget what song I just heard unless I'm literally looking at the title while I'm listening to it. The songs don't have that much staying power and memorable stuff after you turn them off. The exception to this rule would be Elephant in the Dock because of the lyrics, Fox's Dream of the Log Flume because of the lyrics and musical intensity, and then Bear's Vision of St. Agnes for just how outstanding and amazing the song is. It's just very memorable because of that. All Circles is memorable because of the hook and because it's kind of annoying and my least favorite song on the album, so it's memorable in a bad way. But all the other songs kind of blend together, and honestly, there really isn't a bad song on the entire album besides All Circles. I really don't like the song All Circles, but I know some people do. I think it was Fantano's favorite track from this album. He actually reviewed this album, which is kind of crazy to me, given how obscure the band is. But he does review a lot of obscure music. But I think he liked this song. Yeah, I don't like it. The musicality of 10 Stories is very reminiscent of Brother Sister. It feels very lively. The instrumentation feels just very real and just mature, and it grows and changes and shifts and just feels like it takes you into this world. And this is a storytelling album that tells, as it says, 10 stories. The first track of February 1878 is really just an intro to the album. As they often do, they always have that intro track that has like that sort of title. But the rest of the songs are all stories, and they're usually stories from the perspective of animals, as you can tell from some of the lyrics. You got EastEnders Wives, which is, and on the album cover you can see like most of the individual things that each of the songs are about. You got the Cardiff Giant, you got the EastEnders Wives, you got the elephant that's in the dock, you got the fox, you got the Fiji mermaid, you got the bear. The elephant must hang, you don't know unless you've heard the album. But the music on this thing is very good. The lyrics are very, very well written and very interesting and poetic. Even though I'm saying this is their worst album in the 2010s, that's not saying much, because, I mean, that tells you a lot about the band when I say this is their worst album in the 2010s, when it's still a very, very, very good album. This is a very good album. I listened to it a lot less than Untitled and Pale Horses, but it's still extremely good. And yeah, I really, really like it. I like it a lot less, but I still think it's a really great album. This is one of my all-time favorite bands, either my second or third favorite band of all time. Like, I absolutely love these guys. I think this is just really amazing musicianship, really great music, really great lyrics. The vocals are good too, but some people don't like his vocals. Whatever, it floats my boat, and I think this is actually a great album. And despite being their worst in the 2010s, and I'm going to give it 4 stars out of 5. Mewithoutyou. I absolutely love this band. I mean, they're one of the best in my opinion, one of the all-time greats for me. I love how original the vocals are. I love how complex the lyrics are, and just how detailed, and how, they can, like this album, they can tell stories and have a lot of emotion packed into them. Even though I think this is their least emotional record of the 2010s, at least, you can still find some emotion hidden beneath these lyrics. I just think the music is so interesting. And I just find this band doing stuff that no other band can do. They're doing stuff that literally no other band is doing, with just how many words they're cramming in there, and just how detailed and poetic and beautiful these lyrics are, and how beautiful and detailed this music is, and how it mixes folk and also kind of post-hardcore and a bit of, anger, and then mixed with this beauty, and it's just, and the poetry as well. I just love these guys. I think they're amazing. Anyway, the next video will be my Pale Horses review. Stay tuned. Have a great rest of your day.